Hey, this is Chris Jericho, and you're listening to Awesome Pod, the only wrestling pod that I listen to. It's Thursday, and you know what that means. It's Darcy the Mail Girl, Shorty Taylor and Brendan Petrizzo. Explain Dynamite and Rampage, we are here.
And Mistress Harley.
Welcome back, raggedy bitches. We are the Awesome Pod. We are not like other wrestling podcasts, and oh my god, do we have a fucking episode of Dynamite to talk about. I am here with my co-hosts, beautiful Brendan Petrizzo.
How you doing?
Beautiful Johnny Taylor.
Hello, it's me, Johnny Taylor.
That's right, and beautiful Diana Prince.
Thank you, beautiful Mistress Harley.
Of course. I'm just feeling so generous tonight because it was a really generous episode, if you guys don't mind me saying.
I was like, in the pre-show, you said that you shed a tear over what? Because I had this like joy. So were you crying about Sting?
No, I admitted to shedding not one tear. I suspected that you soft-hearted, kitten-blooded people probably cried because Sting, and everybody was like, I love you, Sting, and Sting was like, no, I really love you guys, and so I thought that you soft-hearted people might be crying.
No, I was still on a super high kick from the Jericho, reconciliation, whatever.
Oh my god!
Match. So I was just fucking bouncing out of my fucking chair for that shit, and then Sting came and I was just keep on bouncing. So it wasn't emotional that way. It was just like, fuck yeah, wrestling's amazing way.
Oh yeah, it was amazing. It was an amazing roller coaster of emotions, of ass to mouth, of incredible power bombs, athleticism, old grudges, old reunions. Like, it was so good. Okay, so should we just start talking about it?
Let's do it.
Okay, so first, fucking liar trash Hangman Adam Page came out and was like, I'm so sad.
Stop
I have
right
a crutch.
You do not call him liar trash in my watch, man.
So hold up, I have some notes on. I'm not gonna call it acting. I'm gonna say his presentation. First of all, he's walking out there. What is that walk? I'm like watching. What is that? That's like when you're like telling a story and you're like, okay, so I passed by this person who with a limp, and then they try and imitate the limp.
Okay,
like,
acting
and you're
great.
but
liar trash is too much.
I mean, if we call him a liar, then we don't have to criticize his acting because he's just a liar.
I think he's just putting on a clever ruse. It's strategy.
Well, let's discuss what actually happened in case people didn't watch. Adam Page came out on a crutch and was like, I can't do the thing. I'm so sad. Swerve Strickland and Samoa Joe, and I'm sad. And then Swerve Strickland came out and was like, man, I really respect you even though we try to murder each other all the time. And then Samoa Joe came out and was like, you all a bunch of bitches and I got the belt, so come for it. And then Adam Page completely ditched his crutch and beat Swerve Strickland with it, which is some bullshit. Can't beat him in a real fight, huh?
No, he just, wanted to mix it up. That's all. Keep things interesting.
That's one way to put it.
How many times can he beat his ass? Like, we gotta mix it up a little bit.
We've talked about this before. If the bell don't ring, you're just an asshole. That's not a match.
He has the mustache. He is in asshole mode. So he's doing his job.
It's like a Sith robe, the mustache, right?
Totally. Or like, Star Trek, alternate universe shit. Like, he's bad right now. So, yeah, he's going to fucking bring out tricks. Clever tricks.
Clever tricks. Johnny Taylor, you're suspiciously quiet.
I thought his limping did look lame, but I also thought it was like intentionally.
Yes, I think
lame.
so too.
Did you just make a lame cripple joke?
His
lame limp?
I kind of did. I made a cripple pun.
Wow.
It was not an intentional pun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't mean to do that.
You got heel on us.
Yeah, no. I liked the promo. I thought it was passioned, an impassioned promo.
Brendan, stop
But
writing your fucking emails. We can all hear you typing. You are on
I
the
am
loud.
so sorry.
podcast.
I am
Shit.
you
also
sound like
dealing
the
with
angry cat
cast.
meme.
Sorry,
I don't
Johnny.
care about your cast. We're talking about wrestling.
I know.
So anyway, after that exciting segment, there was a lot of kerfuffle, a lot of, kind of stuff happening. I don't know. But then we got a trios match, which was incredible.
Yes. That was
Can I go back real quick though? I thought Swerve was particularly good in that last segment. Because
With his baby
I
face
love that.
up.
Yeah, he even said like, "I know I might have crossed the line a little bit." Like, you think you threatened a child?
Spit
But I
blood
thought he
out.
delivered the line. He delivered the line so dry that I thought it really worked. So
I agree. Swerve could run for governor of California and be like, yes, I do occasionally hit another man and staple his face, but that's a professional act for the people.
right.
And we'd all be like, yeah,
So
Swerve's house.
Yeah. Oh my God. The
exactly.
crowd was so loud. Swerve had to be like, can you please stop accolading me so I can speak to this other man? Like, it was adorbs.
And Hangman still had his fair share of people. Plus Joe. Everybody's kind of like into everybody, really.
Yeah, it's exciting. I like it. I like that it's not just a like two men fighting in the ring. That's like UFC shit. No, I want the drama.
Yeah, I feel
guys-
like Tony's
the
starting to see
drama's
that.
good.
We're bringing it.
do you guys think that obviously like the smart play seems to be putting the belt on Swerve, but
Of
do you guys
course.
think
Yeah.
do you guys think they end up giving it to Hangman because Swerve has beaten Hangman so many times, and
No.
they kind of swerve us, put it on Hangman, and then have Hangman and Swerve feud for that belt through the summer?
I hadn't thought about that. I thought it was like a slam dunk that was going to Swerve, but that would actually be a more compelling story. We would all be like in an uproar and like wanting to see Hangman get his ass kicked and Swerve finally getting it versus right now it would just be kind of too fast and easy.
That's a
Yeah,
really
so
good point that Johnny brings up. The historical fucking of the fans. Like, if you think, of course this guy's gonna get it, they've been building and building, and of course he's gonna get it. That's when they love to Canadian screwjob you the most.
It's true.
it's kind of the perfect heel move for Hangman. So to like
And
get the
it,
belt.
it does make him look kind of just lame if he's, in full mustache heel mode and just, loses. Then it's kind of like,
And he's
well,
lost to Swerve so many times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing at this point, isn't it? Like,
Could
Little
it go to like aren't they having a match? No, they're not. That's disregard.
Diana's just too fucking excited, you
I am
guys. She's
excited.
like, but
There's other
then
stuff that
She's
matches.
it's unrelated to this. Never mind.
Yes.
She is pumped.
Yes. Oh, I did forget to mention that we got this segment where the Young Bucks go looking for Sting, and I'm just gonna say it. They spend the whole episode looking for Sting. They're like the Scooby Gang, but without the talking dogs, so useless. But that
But with
trios
a
match,
great payoff though.
it did have a great payoff, but we can't skip ahead.
I know,
we
I
want to
know.
skip ahead to Sting, you guys. I want to skip ahead to Sting, but we
Well,
have
hurry
to
up.
talk
Let's
about the
get to it.
trios.
Trios. We get it.
Yeah, okay,
BBC.
so the BBC,
Yeah.
Bryan Danielson, Claudio, John Moxley, Cash Wheeler, Dax Hardwood, Continental Crown Champion Eddie Kingston. There was so much build up to the Eddie Kingston, Daniel Bryan thing. Oh my God, Eddie Kingston got a talking down by the Young Bucks later in the episode where they're like, why don't you work out and wear a fucking sport coat? And I swear they listened to the podcast.
They want him to get the Ric Flair award. They're just looking out for him.
Yeah, they care. They're mean because they care, just like Mistress Harley.
Oh, exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean for your own good. So that one was, I mean, it went on. It felt long, but it was good. Like, everyone got a spot. Everyone got to be mean. Everybody had, like, a moment of eye thumbing or kicking someone while they were down. Like, I want to
yeah.
do a poll. What was everybody's favorite part of the trios match?
It's torn between they did like this backflip. It was like two of them did this really cool backflip, but then it was when he was getting his face stomped. I was like, because he kept talking. He's like, "I'm gonna stomp your face."
I'm
Yes.
so proud of
What? He kept
you.
saying it, and in my notes I was like, "He better fucking do it." It literally, and then right under that, it's like, "He did it. He did."
Yeah.
I love
So
it. You have an
Good
I'm gonna
work,
say the
Brendan.
face stomping because
Yay!
that,
Yay! Brendan,
you know.
you passed today's
Brendan.
Brendan bullshit test. Our test to see if you actually watched the show.
with
You
with
passed.
this little
I'm so proud of you.
with a little demon child here.
Yeah, no, that's great. I just thought all the spots were great, and I love spots. Everybody likes to criticize, be like, "Oh, it's such a spot fest." Like, no, give me all the brain busters, give me all of the finishers, give me all of the flips. I love that shit. That's why I watch wrestling.
Wait, I'm sorry. People complain about that?
Oh, only like wrestling nerds. They're called smarks on the internet, meaning that they are marks who think they're smart, and
Well,
then
what do they want instead?
they usually want like old school strong style stiff arm chain wrestling from like the 70s.
Okay, that's cool. You
Yeah,
can
no,
have
they're
that.
I mean,
they have nothing
if
better
there
to
was a
do.
retro, if there was like a throwback, hey, this is a 1970s themed, thing, sure, time and place, but like,
Brendan,
that'd be cool.
Brendan, no, FTR. That's their gimmick. Their
Yeah.
gimmick is that they're an old school, like hard,
But I'm
strong style.
talking-
That's why they wear the little white panties.
I mean, yes, but I'm talking like, with the Tony Storm, how they go black and white, where all of a sudden it becomes like vintage, but like 70s vintage, and then all of a sudden the music is different and it's more
Aw.
70. I don't
You
know.
want
I mean, that's a
disco
lot of
fever
production.
wrestling?
Oh, and then the whole ring is kind of like, Studio 54. Yeah. That's what I
Mhm.
want.
Just
This-
on a little side note, like they actually recorded Collision last night, and I saw some of it. And the way they half and half Tony Storm, like black and white throughout the whole thing, is just brilliant.
that.
So look out for
committed-
that on Collision. It was so good.
Yes, I love that. I love that they do that for her.
But like it wasn't just when she was talking, like it was like the whole time they had like Deanna fucking color her black and white face to face. Like they put some time into that shit.
Oh yeah. But I should say that back to the trios match, the Big Black Cocks, sorry, the Blackpool Combat Club, they won because the ref stopped the match. It was too much of a clusterfuck, and the ref was like, just stop, You fuck it, it's too much. But then you guys, Will Ospreay. They keep
Oh, bruh.
showing me Will Ospreay like a rare bird, Ospreay. They keep showing him to me, and then I never get to see him wrestle. I'm like tired of the tease.
Did you not watch the London one?
Well, I mean, I watched which London one? Which one?
Jericho on the pay-per-view.
Which
all
pay
in.
per view?
Jericho
All
Ospreay.
in.
The biggest pay-per-view.
And
of
all
the
of
last
history.
year.
Yes, that one.
Yes,
But that
yes,
was a
but I
while
never
ago.
get to be there, you guys. They show
Ah.
him to me, and then I never get to be there.
Oh, because he came out when we were at the other pay-per-view.
We were there, and he was like,
Yeah.
"I'm here," and then he was like, "Peace out," and so
I know he wasn't allowed to then for some fucking reason. I don't know if it's still that way, but we will finally get to see him be official and
Yes.
wrestling this weekend.
Yes.
So hyped for
Apparent-
that.
The Don Callis family has rigged it in a really interesting way. It's like running two horses in a race where one's gonna lose, but you got really good chance the other's gonna win. So that was an interesting, we're gonna pit two Don Callis guys against each other because either way we have a winner. What does Don Callis get out of this? Is he getting a cut?
I'm sure it just makes both their
5%.
dudes look good,
But I have to say, Will Ospreay, when he opened his mouth, I'm like, oh my God, it's Adele's twin. He's like, oh, me and the missus got pissed. And it's like, oh my God.
Wait, is this Adele's boyfriend you were talking about?
Yes, girl.
Okay.
Like, who else goes out there and is like, hello? It's like, oh God, you are from the north.
Bro, man. Everybody.
Well, I
just
mean,
goes,
he's
"Yo,
just-
bro."
A lot of great wrestlers, just like Paige, who is now Soraya, kind of a British mush mouth, indecipherable, if you know what I mean, Gav.
Yeah, but he's like the worst of it, which makes him adorable. Like you have to
It's hilarious.
really like watch his mouth to see what the fuck he's saying, and I love it.
I watch with closed captions. I watch
job.
everything with closed captions.
Do they get it? they get it right?
Mostly half. Half of it, names they get really wrong.
Do they write out bruv?
They do. Just like the guys with the signs. Oh my God, and shout out to some of the signs, incredible signs, including the last driving guy.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yes.
I just literally right before we started this pod saw the person that wrote it tweeted at me, and so it was a girl named Heather. So thank you, Heather.
Shout
Woo!
out to Heather with the last driving sign.
She was holding it up all night, and then like when Jericho had his
Oh.
arms up in triumph, it's right over his head. It was like so
Yes.
fucking
That.
perfect. Heather, you're amazing. Hero of the week
Yes.
spoiler.
But we love you, Heather. And I encourage all the sign people. Make smart signs. Make funny signs. Make supportive signs. I love the signs. It's half the show.
Agreed. But be
I feel like
considerate.
they were
That's why I write
crazy.
mine on my chest, because then I don't block anyone's view.
Yeah, don't block other people's view. That's a fucking dick move. And I will straight up be honest. I have asked a security guy, like, will you just rip up that person's sign? And they totally have.
Wow.
If you're pretty, the security people will bring you water. They'll take away signs from other people. They'll take away chairs from other people. Yeah. Get treated well at the wrestling show. Dress up. I mean, Diana, I know you get treated well. I'm talking to the listeners.
That's good advice.
It is. Okay, so then, I mean, God, there was so much going on. Okay, AEW International Championship Open Challenge. But I mean, Eddie Kingston interview where the Young Bucks called him a bad dresser. That was fun. But okay, the International Championship Open Challenge. Open Cassidy, Nick Wayne,
Open
and then we had the
Open
family.
casket.
What?
Open
Who?
casket.
Open.
OC, baby.
Yeah, I mean, whatever, as he would say. But the Nick Wayne's family was there. It was like the high school play where mom and dad and your weird dinosaur brother are there.
I love that play.
It was like As You Like It, a comedy of errors. I don't know. But Orange Cassidy retained. But how long has Cassidy had the fucking belt?
Okay.
Not long enough.
Yeah, like I'm not tired
Boo.
of it yet, really. When it got taken away for like half a second, I was really sad. And I don't mind it. Like it could just be his belt forever, part of his fucking wardrobe, as far as I'm
No,
concerned.
because then there's no stakes. Like,
I
what's
don't
the
care.
point?
I don't care. It's just like a
Oh.
crown. It's basically a crown for Orange Cassidy, and I'm cool with that.
Wrestling isn't about having a crown. You have to earn the belt. You have to
He
keep
earned
the
that
belt.
shit.
Okay,
man.
okay.
He's been earning it every week, basically, twice a week, 3 times a week sometimes. Just
But
because he's such a great worker, and he always puts on a great match. He has earned that crown.
Okay, but it's Game of Thrones, and the Targaryens have gotten the throne, and everybody else is dead. Do you even watch the show?
I don't even know how to. I don't even know how
yes?
to react to that.
I know.
Well, Diana said the belt is like a crown and he can just keep it. But without the
Right.
tension of someone coming forward, without him maybe possibly losing it fucking ever.
I mean, we don't know. At any moment, he could. I'm just
Yeah, I've
happy he
never-
hasn't.
I could have seen Nick Wayne beating Orange Cassidy for
I-
the belt.
Exactly. I definitely could have seen that shit happening.
I wanted it, but they did not give it to me.
Nick
So-
Wayne? Ew. Come
No,
on.
but Roderick
on, girl.
Strong ambushed Orange Cassidy immediately after the match.
Yeah. What a dick.
He's really having to establish his heeldom. Like, he's just like, I need to be on brand. Anytime I can be a dick. I need to be in there.
And
Be
he
a dick.
runs in so often. I feel like he has to just show how much he's not in a wheelchair anymore.
If anything, he should be selling like herbal supplements, with a shirt that says cured. That would be a funny gimmick.
He needs to
I
be on
think
the
he would.
TV channel that does that.
Oh,
The wheelchair
yeah.
will be on the side, and he'll be standing there like, "Hello, you might know me from."
Wrestling made me walk again, and so can you.
Call this number now for a special discount. If you do, we'll throw in whatever
Orange
the fuck for
Cassidy.
free.
Some
Yes.
old orange juice. Okay, so Renee Paquette backstage with the Bang Bang Scissor Gang. That was fun. That was a fun little promo they had.
All right, y'all. I have to confess here. I was so hyped when this first started, but it's kind of not that interesting to me. I feel like it's kind of a
Thank
clusterfuck
you.
with all of them there, and it needs to be broken up. Honestly,
Thank you. I
thank
totally agree.
you. Yeah, man. It
I
seemed like
agree.
a good
It's
idea, but
yeah.
I'm not feeling it.
I agree with you guys. It's a little too much
No
men's,
way.
and so no one gets a chance to really shine. But I did
Right.
like that Daddy Ass called out Max Caster's rap fail.
I
He was
did
like, "What
too.
happened with that?"
That was super cute, but then that would be if it was just fucking the Acclaimed again. It would have been just them. That's all we need. You know what I mean? Like they both had great segments on their own when they were separate, but now I kind of don't even pay attention when it's both of them mixed because there's just too much. Nobody gets any
Uh-huh.
really good moments.
Right.
Besides
The
that
birthday
one
party
daddy
was
daddy.
fun. And now
Yeah.
you want everybody to go home so you can enjoy your kitchen yourself.
Yes. Exactly.
I'm just going with the metaphors tonight because I'm hella high.
Love
So
it. It's a perfect metaphor. I want my
A
kitchen
lot of
back, y'all.
parables.
yeah, Jesus got it from a long tradition of parables. So the Bible, Chris Statlander, yeah, women's match.
Yes.
Yes. Chris Statlander with Stokely Hathaway, who from the beginning I've said is not a value add. We should not have more men who talk over the women. Diana, just like you said with the Bang Bang Scissor Gang, like, why is this man always talking? And then why'd this man ruin the match? So, yeah, they fought Skye Blue with Julia Hart, and basically Blue pinned Statlander because Stokely Hathaway was distracting the ref.
Yeah. She got a
I
great
mean,
fucking move in though. She got like move of the night, which I don't know that they've done before, but she earned it. It
I
was
will
great.
say the
Yep.
match was a slobber knocker in the best way.
Mhm.
Like everyone brought
It was
it.
fun.
The moves were hot. Diana, you were there, right?
Oh no, I wasn't there this week.
Oh, I don't know why I thought you were. But even on TV, the crowd seemed into every match, like chanting every match, cheering every match. They
Really?
were
'Cause
active.
I felt the opposite. I felt like they were mostly stoic, but that they were easily brought into it. So I think you had to earn their chanting on this one versus like a Phoenix type crowd where it's just automatic. We chant all the things.
Oh yeah, the Phoenix crowd puts out. They don't even fuck
Yes.
around.
Phoenix
Yeah.
are whores, and I'm here for it.
Support your local whores. So, I mean, it was a great match and everybody was dressed well, but can we get rid of Stokely Hathaway? Johnny, you said you liked Stokely. How do you feel
I
now?
I do love Stokely Hathaway, and I'm stoked. Another pun, didn't mean to. That they put Skye Blue over here, even if it was through ill-gotten gains.
Me
I think
too. I thought it was gonna be Chris
she
for
needed a
sure.
big win, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like a quality win for her, and as somebody that hasn't had a bunch of quality wins on TV, so I thought it was smart to do that. And Stokely is he's an irritant, but I think that's what he's supposed to be.
So he's doing his job.
I think so. At least he has a gimmick, right?
A man in a suit?
He's
He's
funny.
an
Yeah, he's
irritant.
Exactly.
So none of us agree on the Stokely Hathaway gimmick. He is going to sell me a 1976 Volvo.
That's
You might
very true.
you might buy it.
I
We
would
don't
buy
know.
it. I don't know. Like, I feel like he helps me care a little bit more about Willow and Chris as a team. You know,
Yeah, I think that's fair.
You know,
yeah.
something I
even
didn't
if it's in
mention.
a bad way, and we think he should get away from him, it at least gives them something other than their two chicks. You know.
Yeah,
Right.
I hear you. Mix it up. But I want to say, I rarely appreciate the commentary because of men talking. But this week's commentary was actually very good and very funny.
Yeah, again, I feel like they listened because our last pod, we were like, they just basically promote what's coming up, but they actually paid
Right.
attention to talk this time. I'm glad we can help them out so much.
Yes, but there was calling the actual match. There was even color commentary where Taz is like, "Oh yeah, I hate nepotism in wrestling" during the Jericho match. And it was funny. I like having commentators who have a personality. If I'm going to listen to you talk, you have to give me good information and be interesting.
I agree. I don't know if trust me, it's going to loop back around. I was kind of curious because this went trending 2 days ago, but there's this radio woman named Delilah, And as I was watching this, I was like, can you imagine if that woman did just one match? Doesn't have to be the whole event, just one match. I was like, this would be insane.
Who is
That's it.
Delilah?
Yeah, I know. We have no
You've
opinion.
never oh,
I feel like
it
I've
was like an
heard
East
her
Coast thing.
once or twice.
She did like late night radio, and she's like
Yeah.
very relaxing. Just everyone knew her. Like everyone just you would turn on the radio and it Delilah, you know.
Why was she trending?
But
Why?
because she just joined TikTok, and everyone's
Oh.
like, "Oh my god, that's my childhood," and you know. So
Oh, here on the
I
West
that
Coast?
It would only be interesting if she actually knows about wrestling. Otherwise, we don't need it.
Yeah. Here on the West Coast, we had Art Bell, who told us that aliens were real, and that was our late night radio, and it was awesome.
oh nice.
I don't
Yeah,
know if he's
coast to coast.
yes, but I don't know if he's alive to join TikTok.
He's dead.
But
No.
speaking of alive to join TikTok, the Jacksons, I can't call them the Young Bucks. I swear the commentary team does listen because they're like, I don't know if we could call them young anymore. But the Bucks get into Sting's dressing room and they're like, ooh, it's spooky. And it's just covered in like baseball bats, which, I mean, I have a room full of baseball bats.
Do you really?
Of course.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's such a Mistress Harley thing.
Well, you know, when you have a mansion as palatial as mine, you have to fill the rooms full of something. So you have the armory, the shoeery, you know, the stables.
The
The
battery. The
Rad.
The assault.
Oh, yeah. The Battery is a great horror movie. I really like that one. So we get what is arguably the match of the night, and I know gotta be Diana's favorite, Lionheart Chris Jericho versus Atlantis Jr. And I admitted on one of these podcasts, I was like, who is the CMLL? And thanks, commentary team, they told me. One of the oldest continuous wrestling promotions in the whole fucking world. Which,
Yeah, man.
incredible!
Okay, I have, before you can get into it, I will say when they announced this, as much as I am a little bit of a Jericho fan, shocker, I wasn't hyped for this match. Like, I felt kind of thrown together, like last minute, like, oh, Chris is off his tour, let's give him something to do kind of thing. But then they explained it and I got it. And it kind of answered, like, you hear people complaining often that AEW will just throw random wrestlers at us and not explain their backstory and assume everyone knows. But they took the time, even though it was just in one night, to put together this really cute package and explain to us the backstory between Chris and Atlantis' father and now Atlantis Jr. or whatever.
Oh shit, I didn't know Chris could speak Spanish like so fluently.
Yeah,
he did a
dude,
great
lived there for
promo.
he was a teen
Duolingo.
heartthrob in the 90s in
Duolingo.
Mexico, literally. Dude.
Ooh, si,
He was
senor.
on like the equivalent of Teen Beat. Anyway.
Of course.
So anyway, they did a really good job of making us care to the point where, like, even if they had had weeks to build it up, I don't think they could have done a better job of making us give a shit. And so the whole match had gravity I wasn't expecting, and then the finale was just so like
Ooh.
sweet, you know. So
And
we can get into the actual match, but I just love the storytelling
Yes.
aspect of it.
No, and you're right. And for the people who didn't watch, Atlantis was there. So Jericho explained his history with Atlantis in wrestling at CMLL and in Mexico, and now he's wrestling Atlantis Jr. But as I always love, Dad was there. This whole show, a lot of people had family members. So like Nick Wayne's family was there, Atlantis's dad was there. If Hook had had a match, that would have made it really complete. But it was a really good match, and it was incredible because before Jericho did all this buildup of like, I really respect Atlantis, and so I want to help Atlantis Jr. and I'm gonna give him, like, I'm gonna take him to school. But then during the match, I kept thinking like, wow, Jericho's not being like nice to Atlantis Jr. So he wanted to school him real bad.
I think that he and Atlantis have kind of a complicated history. It's like he loves and respects him, but also wants to kick his ass.
Yes,
Yeah.
it totally felt like that.
Which made for an amazing fucking match. Like, I really sincerely loved it, and I felt like other people did too. And I feel like I was saying with the crowd, it seemed like they didn't know what to expect. They're like, okay, this guy in a mask. So they weren't super pumped. But by the end, they had "This is awesome" chants, and they had them really into
yeah.
it, which just fucking made me. This is why I was so excited, just jumping out of my chair. It's like, this is awesome. This is so great.
Yes. And
Yeah,
Jericho
it was
tried
awesome.
to demask Atlantis Jr.
Yes, and that's
You gotta.
the
immediately.
ultimate fucking like mean thing to do. Like, fuck off. That's crazy. Like right away, he was doing that shit.
I know. Johnny, what were your thoughts?
Fucking banger match, and
Yeah.
not only technically, but they did such a great job of making me feel invested in the match. All the history, I thought it was really, really, really good. And then after the match, I thought like the post match was just as fun.
Agreed. Agreed.
So really,
Absolutely.
really cool angle, and taking something that, like Diana said, didn't necessarily mean much on the surface, and then packaging in this way. And by the end, everybody, not only in the arena, but I'm sure people at home, felt so invested in the match. So it was good. It was good to see the Lionheart back out there too, which I thought was awesome.
The entrance gave me fucking chills, man.
It was
El
dope.
Corazon de Leon.
Yeah.
Corazon de Leon.
And so, of course,
Sweet.
Jericho won this match, but it was one of the few times, I've only seen this one other time, where someone threw in the towel for
Yeah.
someone who refused to tap out. And so Atlantis'
Good touch.
dad was like, oh shit, my son is not going to tap and Jericho is going to murder him. And so Atlantis threw in the towel. The only other time I've seen that happen was when a guy was getting just punched in the face over and over and over again. A guy whose gimmick was the cabbage. And his team threw in the towel hard. They're like, get the cabbage out of there, man.
Dude, it like dawned on me that moment. It's like, oh, people like literally throw in the towel. That's what he did. That was crazy.
Yeah, that's
And
where
this
we
is
get
the
that
first time I
from.
think, because yeah, I
Go ahead,
hadn't seen that happen live before. I'd heard you guys talk about it in the past, but I've never seen it.
It was very cool. And then when he was like, they
Rare.
helped him up, and there were hugs at the end. Aw.
It was
So great.
cute. It was heartwarming.
And I saw online people giving a fuck about Atlantis Jr. that had never heard about him. It's like, oh, I hope he's back again. Like, welcome to
Yeah, it
AEW.
was cool.
It's like, oh, you guys didn't give a shit 15 minutes ago. Like, that's fucking great.
Yep.
Yes. And I know I shit on nepotism a lot, but then nepotism sometimes gives us incredible wrestlers like The Rock. So, you know, it was really fun to see Atlantis Jr. make his debut, and he has a real traditional lucha style, like flipping off the ropes and suicide dives and hurricane ranas, and I love that shit. I love all of it. So more lucha, mas lucha, like, thank you, AEW.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they got my
They definitely-
notes.
They definitely don't skimp on the lucha there.
No.
They don't.
And so, okay, then we get this segment, and I need you guys all to help me, because again, it was a clusterfuck where the Young Bucks come to the ring with their dumb baseball bats, although I did like the pink suit. I think Nick might have been wearing the pink suit. I liked that pink suit. But they come to the ring and start making their kind of empty threats. And Darby Allin, like Sting, a la Sting, rushes into the ring and starts beating their asses. And then what happens, you guys? What happens? It's Sting! It's Sting! And he came down from the
I love
rafters.
that.
And it was beautiful.
It was.
It was a
we
great
all
moment. Amazing
cried.
moment.
It
I
was like
saw
when
other
Lady
people
Gaga.
crying.
We popped hard, everybody, like collectively as a society. We popped hard.
Yes. It was a social pop, a social
Yes.
movement. And then, okay, so then Sting comes in, enters the fray, and then who comes out? You guys. You guys. It was Ric Flair. Ric Flair.
It was
I
woo,
totally
woo
forgot.
energy.
I was like, what? What else happened?
Yes,
Blue
no,
energy.
Ric
The
Flair.
Sting moment was so big, I totally forgot.
You forgot about Ric Flair, the
I'm
Nature Boy,
sorry.
the dirtiest player in the game, who
Yes,
recently seemed
did.
like he had made a deal with the fucking Bucks, and then, of course, immediately betrayed them. Immediately. It was perfect.
Good for him.
It was sprinkles on my ice cream of this segment.
It was great all around. But I will say, like, Sting from the rafters just eclipsed everything.
I mean,
Yeah, that was
historical,
crazy.
like,
I
Do you
mean,
guys-
he had said
Nostalgia.
he's not going to do that again after Owen Hart. And so
right?
to see this maybe for the final time, it's fucking amazing.
Do you guys ever have one of those moments that ties the past and the present together in a weird way?
All the time. All
That was
the
like this.
time. Girl, yes.
Yeah. It was a weird feeling of continuity, like Sting from the rafters forever. Even if this is the end, it's also forever. You know what I mean?
It felt cool.
Hell
It felt
yeah.
really cool.
Yeah. So I think we should rate this episode in Sting from the rafters.
Okay.
Sting from the rafters. How many?
I'm gonna give it. I'm giving it a 4.
Wow.
Why 4?
That's good for you, Brendan.
Yeah.
But why?
How's the
But what-
cinematography?
I have to say, I did like it. I've noticed that they're using a lot more jib moves or jib
Yay.
shots,
See, again, they're
which we
listening to the
love.
pod.
I know,
Or
because like if
welcome.
you're spending, do you know how much jib operators are? Like that
Oh,
shit's not
so
cheap. And
much.
before it'd be like 1 or 2 shots. It's like that's a waste of fucking money.
Hey, Brendan, for the
But I
people at home, what the fuck is a jib?
it's a camera crane. It's a camera on a thing that moves around. And
Good boy.
you know what? Actually, hold up. Here's some ideas. Why don't they have a match where one of the wrestlers commandeers one of those things and whacks another one? It would be fun. It would be cool.
Well,
Have
they
we
definitely
seen
have
this?
with cameras. Jibs might be harder because they're so high up, but doable.
They can
I
come
feel
down.
like if anyone did it, ECW did it.
Yeah, we should look and see if it
Right.
happens.
We
But
need
it's
to
a good
check the
idea.
historical records.
Okay.
So, listeners, please send us short video clips, GIFs, or whatever the fuck. Tweet at us at AwesomePod.
All right, Harley, you
I
rate it.
rate this episode 5 Stings from the
Woo!
Rafters.
Wow.
I enjoyed the whole thing. There was even a point where I was like, should I go to the bathroom or should I just wait? And I did. I just waited. That's how I know it was a 5.
Wow, that's awesome. Johnny, you.
I'm gonna give it a 4.25. Stings from the
Oh.
rafters. I did really like the episode, and I got to say they're leaning into the storylines, which is the exact opposite of what we heard was going to happen.
Yeah.
Riding,
which
riding,
They
which
heard
makes
us
me happy.
rise.
So
I'm also giving it 4.75 stings from the rafters. It was
Nice.
amazing. I would have. It was a little slow with the BC. I can't even know which one's right and which one's making fun of them anymore. These species. There you go. A little slow there for me, but everything else was amazing.
Yeah.
Ghost gave it 5.
Woo, go Ghost.
I need to ask the ghost other questions to try to determine its identity. Does the ghost know Robert Stack
The ghost has no idea who Robert Stack is.
from Unsolved Mysteries? Okay, all
No,
right.
I know who it is, but the
But the
ghost
ghost
did not
is-
have NBC back in the 80s.
Aha. See, we're narrowing down the time frame for the ghost.
Mhm.
Okay, awards.
All right, let's start with the John Holmes Biggest Dick of the Week award. Who you got?
Ooh, starting with dicks.
Yeah, we are.
And just like
Biggest-
that, Samantha
Starting
realized.
with dicks. Yeah.
Was that a Sex
I
in
think
the
that-
City from you, Brendan?
Of course
I'm
it
gonna go with
was.
the Young Bucks on this one.
Bucks. I'm always.
Yeah, Bucks all day on this one.
Wow, fuck me. I didn't even. They're so just omnipresent dicks that I didn't even consider them. So I think you're right. I think it has to be the Young Bucks. I was leaning
Yeah.
towards Roderick Strong, who's always coming out and fucking being an asshole, but fucking Bucks, their whole thing was just to fucking hunt down Sting and beat his ass.
They're
That's
trying to
fucking-
kill Sting, man.
Yeah.
That's fucked
Yeah,
up.
they have to be stopped. This is not right.
It's
I
hard
do
to top
agree with that.
Yeah. Harley,
I
you
do,
feel?
but it also gave with the Young Bucks. When you're making a movie and the movie comes in short and they're just like, oh, we need to add more time, throw in that side plot. Oh, we have 2 people running around.
Yeah, honorable
know.
mentions for Don Callis and Stokely Hathaway.
Fair.
They
And
know
I
what
was
they
even
did.
considering Hangman, but like in a good way. Like he's a good big dick because like he was a great dick, that's for sure.
We do like a good dick here on
We
the Awesome Pod.
Ew. Okay, and so what's the other stuff?
Hero?
There we go. Dewey Riley Hero of the Week award. I mean,
I think we all agree on the same one. We'll say it on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Woo! Ric Flair!
Sting. Oh,
what really?
Oh,
girl.
Is it really Ric Flair?
No.
I was
I
gonna go
mean-
Sting.
I mean,
I
Ric
was going to
Flair
Sting,
betrayed
too.
the Bucks to save Sting out of old man love, you guys.
But he kind of waddled his old ass out there and got kicked in the dick.
But that doesn't make
Isn't
him
that
not a
love?
hero. Yeah.
Getting kicked in the dick is love.
I'm going
Okay.
Sting.
And actually, as much as I want to give it to Sting or Jericho or Ric Flair, even, I have to give it to Heather because she held up a fucking
Heather!
last
Oh,
drive-in
that's good.
sign during the
Heather!
whole fucking episode, right on camera. Fuck yeah, Heather, you're amazing. I even saw some like regular wrestling sites pick it up that I didn't even knew we existed, and we're like, the drive-in will never die and shit. And I'm like, fuck
Yes!
yeah, Heather,
The drive-in will never die!
my fucking hero. Okay, so then we had the Freddie versus Jason match or showdown of the week.
Jericho and Junior.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely, as far as like match and intrigue in a match that I didn't have prior, that one definitely surprised me at how into it I became. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that one too.
Yeah,
It was also technically perfect. You know,
Really
we
good,
call out
really
when
good.
people drop people on their heads and when we're like, oh no, I hope they didn't really hurt themselves. It was a perfect match.
fuck
Yeah,
yeah,
it was really good.
Kudos
Brendan?
to everyone. It was amazing.
I mean, it's Chris for this one.
Okay.
But I really am excited to watch Swerve because I know I'm gonna give him, but that's
in the future.
but it's something in the future that I am very excited about.
Well, I am excited to hear what you think after the pay-per-view.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm excited too.
And the Ric Flair fashion icon of the week is.
Oh, we all know.
Do we?
All know. No, we're all probably going to disagree on this one.
I know,
No,
right?
no. By all
That
means,
concrete.
Mistress Harley, go right ahead.
No, I don't want to say it.
Say it.
No.
Say it. Say it.
Say it. Say
But
it.
I don't even like. I hate this pink suit. Nick Wayne's pink suit.
Oh, I get it. You don't have to say it. Say no more.
Or
Fine.
sorry, Nick Jackson's pink suit. Yeah, go on. Go on.
Who you got, Brendan? It was so obvious to you. Who do you think we're thinking?
Swerve. I mean, like, let's be
What?
real.
Oh
Walking
wow,
out there in
that's
that
never.
outfit, it's dope as fuck.
All
I mean,
right.
Good
Swerve
look
is a
up.
really good dresser.
He is. He's got
Saying
straps.
Swerve looks dope is kind of evergreen at this point.
Mhm.
Yeah, that is the problem.
Now, I will say it's giving a little too much Fashion Nova, so we're gonna have to start seeing some new.
I have
new
literally
things.
seen people come out in Fashion Nova shit. Like, it's like, I know where you got that, girl.
Yeah, I saw Charlotte
I-
Flair
Dolls
wear
Kill.
some Fashion Nova shit,
How about
but
Dolls Kill I love, but like how about Shein? We need someone coming out in Shein. That's
Oh, I
what I
bet-
want to see next.
I
for those of
promise
you
there's
not
been
watching the video, Brendan is literally criticizing people's outfits in a hoodie.
I am. But I'm also it's a lifeguard
not
hoodie, so
performing
hashtag
tonight.
saving lives.
Oh, nice.
Johnny, who is your fashion icon this week?
I thought Skye Blue looked fucking amazing.
She does always look good
Always.
too.
See, we can't discount people for like bringing it every week though. So it's like a Swerve
Yeah.
looks good, let's say it. Skye Blue looks good,
Yeah.
let's say it. And they both did. But
Yeah,
I
you're
gotta go
right.
Chris, man, rocking the Lionheart shit.
Oh
That
yeah,
was
and he
cool.
looked really good. Like he looked cut. Like
He's been working on it.
Yeah. Like we all would like to have abs like that. Thank you.
Right?
Um,
God, fuck off. Fucking annoying.
But you're absolutely right. We cannot take good style for granted. We can't
True.
just go, oh, someone always dresses well. Like, no, we can't just always shame Eddie Kingston. It has to be equal.
We will say
True.
it's never Eddie Kingston.
Yeah, facts.
All right.
All right.
Y'all.
What are we promoting this week?
Cool.
And who should we cut it in the style of?
First, I think we should explain why there's been a little gap in our uploads.
Oh yes,
yeah, that's
please.
true.
Uh,
That's true.
Johnny, Tech Boy.
I've never been called Tech Boy. So we are on a new network. We're on the Creative Control Network.
Woo!
And so, which is very exciting for us, very exciting for them. But in the transition, there's been some lag with the RSS feed. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue to upload like we always have. You're going to get 3 episodes that you're like, where'd these come from? That's okay. Go back, listen to them, and then by the time the next one after this comes out, everything should be worked out. Thank you, Raggedy Bitches, for your patience. But hey, growth, sometimes it hurts. So we're growing, and it's going to be not only better soon, it's going to be much better. So thanks
That
for
is
sticking with
great
us.
Yeah.
explanation.
Also, shout out to the Twitter complainers, to Cornmeal King, who is always like, "Hey, why don't you guys do the podcast anymore? Do you hate it?" So that's
Aw.
how we found out that the uploads were not working. So
And
you
shame on
know,
us. We need to promote this shit more. We should have known it wasn't going up. So like we need to promote, get this shit out
We're
there.
very busy. We're very
Yeah.
busy. Brendan's on
Funny word.
set.
I agree with Diana that you guys are to blame and should work harder. Yeah.
But thank you for the people that came to us. That was helpful. So we will make
Yes.
sure that we
Yes.
get caught up and stay caught up.
That's right. So, Brayance, what are you promoting this week?
I am promoting. There is a wonderful film that one of my best friends is doing called "It Lives in the Screen." He has shot half of it, and they just launched a Seed and Spark to finish it. So I can post about that on my Twitter later. It's a really cool, like weird, artsy movie. I don't want to give too much away because it's like weird but really fun.
Just don't forget to post a thirsty photo with it, or no one will click it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes,
Who are
Diana,
we talking to?
what are you promoting this week?
I am promoting. We have the Walking Dead Last Drive-In crossover premiere tomorrow night, March 1st.
Woo!
And the season I'm supposed to start promoting. It's supposed to be today, but there's a little snafu. But anyway, starting tomorrow, we'll be able to announce officially that March 15th is the start of season 6. And
Woo!
I will be at Revolution and at the Atlanta show this week. So if you guys see me,
Hey.
come give me scissors.
Yes, and also give her cash. Just hand it to her.
Or,
Twizzlers, cash, scissors. She
Twizzlers are
accepts all of
fine.
that. Mm-hmm.
I
Advice from
do
your friend.
accept Twizzlers and Red Mines.
Yes. Johnny, what are you doing this week?
So it's my birthday on Tuesday, but it's March 5th. Come out to my birthday show at the Sacramento Punchline. And then if you're in Seattle, March 15th, I'm headlining Capitol Hill Comedy Bar, and that's at 8:30. And then the next night, I'm at the Neptune Theater with Brian Posehn. So come out and see it, and please do it.
Your availability to be seen and to receive money from your fans is incredible. Remember, you guys, applause and then you throw money. Just throw the money.
Yes, please do.
Yes, and the person giving you this sound financial advice is me, Mistress Harley. I'm a financial dominatrix and the tech dom. You can find me online at mistressharley.com. So,
Awesome.
namaste, W.
Yeah.
Good
Namaste,
job,
W.
Mrs. Harley. Namaste, W.
Woo.